By now, you know that J.D. Vance has been mercilessly booed at the Winter Olympics in Milan. At the opening ceremonies, when his image was shown on the big Jumbotron screen, the crowd booed him. But what you should also know is that J.D. Vance is now causing massive traffic in Milan. He doesn't realize that the roads are small there, and so he caused one of the American Olympian stars to basically almost miss her event, and then she came in second because it was all so hectic. So, American star Alyssa Liu, the skater, overcame a delay en route to the Milano skating arena, which was caused by J.D. Vance's motorcade. And so, she now finished second in the women's short program at the Olympics team event. "We almost didn't make it," her coach said. And it basically threw off her event. I mean, look at what his motorcade looks like. Like, he has no sense of what the streets of Milan look like. Just to remind you, this is what it was like when he was booed at the opening ceremony as captured by someone in the audience. Let's play this clip. And then Donald Trump was asked, did you see that he was booed? And he keeps getting booed. And here's what Donald Trump said. Play this clip. They're doing a great job. Did you see that the vice president got booed during the opening ceremony, though? What do you make of that sort of frosty? The vice president got booed during the opening ceremony. What do you make of that, Frosty? Is that true? Is that right? Yeah. It's surprising because people like him. Well, I mean, he is in a foreign country, you know, in all fairness. But he doesn't get booed in this country. Just to remind you, when Donald Trump says that J.D. Vance is not booed in America, he's quite literally booed all the time in America. Whenever he goes into public, he gets booed. He's a low-home, vile individual. So here he is getting booed at the Kennedy Center. Play this clip. And here he is again getting booed at Union Station, just so you can see him getting booed, so we can fact check that here. Play this clip. I heard you ready. This is the guy who thinks people don't deserve law and order in their own community. How did it go? Hey guys, thank you. I think it's also notable that Donald Trump has repeatedly now stated he won't apologize for posting that horrific image of former President Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama with their faces photoshopped onto apes that Donald Trump posted on his social media platform, and he has all his regime's sycophants saying, that's not racist. Donald Trump's friends with Nicki Minaj. So, he's not racist, and you heard his statement. It's the Lion King. And that's just what you do. You know, you post Lion King memes. What are you talking about here? Just so you can see what Donald Trump's statement was last night, when he was asked, like, are you going to apologize? Donald Trump says no. And he said the post that he made was very strong in terms of voter fraud. Okay. Donald Trump says the post that he made where he included former President Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama's face photoshopped on apes. It's the most racist and vile post imaginable. Trump says very strong in terms of voter fraud. Here, play this clip right here. President, a number of Republicans are calling on you to apologize for that post. Is that something you're going to do? No, I didn't make a mistake. Come in and I look at a lot of thousands of things. I looked at the beginning of it. It was fine. And they had that one post, and I guess it was a takeoff. By the way, a lot of people covered if you look at where it came from. I guess it was a takeoff on the Lion King, and certainly it was a very strong post in terms of voter fraud. Nobody knew that. That was in the end. If they would have looked, they would have seen it, and probably they would have had the sense to take it down. Strong in terms of voter fraud. Here's how it's being reported in People magazine. Trump says he won't apologize for racist video of the Obamas that went on his Truth Social. I looked at the beginning and it was fine, he says. Meanwhile, the New York Times opinion page. This is what they're saying. Trump's Obama derangement syndrome. This was written by Morin Dow. His presidency is enclosed in a bubble wrap of darkness and hatred and resentment. Rahm Emanuel told Morin Dow. And Rahm Emanuel obviously served as Obama's chief of staff. Here's another video of Donald Trump just walking away when he's asked. This was last night. Will you apologize for the racist video? Here, play this clip. 4th year, we did it in my 1st year. We do apologize for their, all right, President Trump. And here are the Trump sycophants, the propagandists. These are his surrogates out there, saying that Donald Trump can't be racist. He can't because Nicki Minaj apparently makes him not racist. This is what they're saying here. Play this clip. Trump won the Hispanic Latin vote by a historic margin, the most any other Republican has in history. The most black voters since the 1960s. He's not racist. Time and time again, he was on stage with Nicki Minaj the other day. I mean, this man is not racist. He made it very clear what happened in that statement. I stand by that. And I watched both that clip and the AI clip of the Jungle Book, or the Lion King, with the music, and I thought, this isn't racist. Brian, meanwhile, as the Super Bowl approaches, I've been seeing images like this on buildings. Have you seen these? Pedal Bull, Donald Trump, the Epstein file leader, Donald Trump, 5,300 mentions. Elon Musk, 1,465 mentions. Important to note this as well, in a certainly a much more serious note. Julie Brown's reporting this, and Julie Brown was I'm going to do an interview with Julie Brown suit. She was the reporter who broke the Epstein stories. She's the reason that sunlight was brought to this pedosex trafficking ring after it was covered up in 2007. Okay, she's the authoritative person on this. Here's the story that she's talking about this morning, breaking the Department of Justice's 86-page prosecution memo, listing possible co-conspirators in the Epstein case, and the victims' allegations against those possible co-conspirators disappeared from the DOJ website after the Miami Herald questioned them about the list. The DOJ deleted the prosecution memo that they posted online. It was heavily redacted, so it was hard to see what was in this prosecution memo. But these are where a lot of the co-conspirators are included. If you look at the top of the memo, it says privileged attorney work, product deliberative process, confidential subject to Federal Rule of Criminal Procedure, 6E. And Federal Rule of Criminal Procedure, 6E, is the process that governs confidential grand jury proceedings, and deliberative process is basically like an inter-office privilege. That's like we can't be told to produce in discovery our internal communications, like in a criminal case, because otherwise the defense lawyers would want to learn the strategy of the prosecution, right? By subpoenaing like their internal email. So that's called deliberative process. Under the Epstein Transparency Act, all that stuff needs to be produced. The only thing that has to be redacted is the victims and survivors, and even that has been covered up by Trump's DOJ. But right here, what the DOJ is doing is they're claiming a deliberative process privilege over all the internal communications by the FBI and DOJ that named all of the co-conspirators and all the other men who were involved that the FBI and the DOJ were talking about, and now they're deleting it on that basis. I want to point out this as well. As our editor-in-chief Ron Filipkowski writes, MAGA-aligned military commanders are pressuring enlisted service members to go to the Millennium movie and bring their families. Troops at 8 different bases have complained that the military is forcing the troops to see the Millennium movie, basically at the orders of Donald Trump and Melania. Jonathan Larson was the first, I believe, who broke that story. Military commanders pressured troops to watch Melania. And these soldiers, Marines and others, they reported this to a group called the MRFF, the Military Religious Freedom Foundation, which was created to receive complaints if members of the military were being forced to like do things against their will, basically. And so there were all of these complaints that are happening right now, that we're being forced as a military bonding exercise to buy tickets to the Melania movie. I kid you not. As the School Lulay account says, we are war fighters, not woke. Now get your asses in those theater seats and learn how to pick dresses for formal balls by watching the Melania movie. I'll do a whole other hot take on this. I want to show you what they're also talking about on state regime media. This is from the Greg Gutfeld show where he says, I'll just play it again. This is vile, anti-Semitic, and hateful. Just listen to this is what they're normalizing on state regime media right now, while all of this is going on. Play this clip, open it. You know, this is a thing, though, that happens lately with the right. It's like you really like a person and you're on board with everything, and then they won't blame the Jews. Oh my gosh. Jeez. You thought I was going to go the other way, but I didn't. He didn't because why? Black history, you know? I'm kidding. All right. And finally, I want to share this with you as well. I've been showing American athletes who have been standing up against the regime and who have been speaking out for human rights. Here's American figure skater Amber Glenn, who just spoke out about how she's using her platform to support the LGBTQ plus community in America under the Trump administration. Here, let's play this clip. Yeah. It's been a hard time for the community overall under this administration. It isn't the first time that we've had to come together as a community and try and fight for our human rights. And now, especially, it's not just affecting the queer community, but many other communities. And I think that we are able to support each other in a way that we didn't have to before. And because of that, it's made us a lot stronger. I hope I can use my platform and my voice throughout these games to try and encourage people to stay strong in these hard times. I know that a lot of people will say, you're just an athlete, like stick to your job, shut up about politics. But politics affect us all. It is something that I will not just be quiet about because it is something that affects us in our everyday lives. So, of course, there are things that I disagree with, but as a community, we are strong and we support each other, and brighter days are ahead of us. There you have it, folks. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe.